Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm doing another prom makeup look, and this time I'm doing a super glam but natural makeup look. So this is just a super soft and super nude, and this will definitely go with any dress or like style you're going for. This look is also super easy to create. It doesn't take long at all and I barely used any products. And just to make things even better, I decided to make this an affordable prom makeup tutorial. So this is all stuff that I've bought here at the drugstore or just for really cheap, because I feel like you don't need to spend loads and loads of money to create the perfect look. You can create it with cheaper products, and especially for prom I feel like a lot of you won't have the money to spend, and so I think it's just really nice to find bargains that are going to make your makeup look just as good. Before we jump right into the video, as usual, please remember to subscribe to my channel. I can't believe how many new people there are that are subscribing. It makes me so happy. So hello if you're new, and thank you so much for joining us. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now, but if you guys want to see how I created this prom makeup look right here, then please keep on watching. Before I jump right into the makeup, I'm just going to mention my contact lenses. So these are actually from Feel Good Contacts. Feel Good Contacts is basically a website and they sell loads of different brands of contact lenses, loads of different colours. It's just such an easy website to go through and find the contacts that you want to buy. The ones I'm wearing today are the Fresh Look Colour Blends contacts in the shade True, or colour True Sapphire, and as you can see they are just this beautiful blue colour. I'm obsessed with these. So yeah, as I said before, there's literally every single type of contact lens you could ever wish for on this website, so do make sure you go and have a look if you're interested. I do also have a discount code, so if you are interested in buying, I'll leave that down below and you can get some money off. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that quickly because I know when I did a video with my contact lenses before, you guys loved them, so I thought I'd just mention these ones, especially because they're blue. It's like new and different. So yeah, now we can move on to the makeup. So I've already done my eyebrows and I'm going to move straight onto my eyeshadow. So I'm going to be taking these e.l.f. palettes. Now I've used these before in a lot of tutorials. They are so good and they're super cheap as well. So the one I'm going to be taking first is this Mad for Matte palette, and as you can see it has all these really nice pinky and nude colours, which is exactly what I'm going for today. So taking my Sigma E40 brush, I'm firstly going to be going in with this pinky shade just here, and I'm just going to start by taking this through my crease. And I'm going to try and make this tutorial as easy as possible because I feel like some people will want to go crazy with their prom makeup and other people are just going to want to go for more of a natural look. So I want to try and keep this look pretty natural but still make it look pretty glam at the same time. And I think a lot of people get scared when it comes to makeup for prom because they think that it's going to be really difficult. But with a look like this, it's really going to be quite simple and you'd be surprised how easy it is. Now I'm going to go in with this shade here on the same brush. I'm going to start by taking this on like the outer V of my eye and then kind of bringing that up. With neutral colours like this, you can just be really messy and it will still look really good, which is why it's great for prom because you don't have to be super precise and neat with it. I'm going to take some, like the excess I have kind of in that inner bit of my eye, just to create a kind of halo eye, but not really, do you know what I mean? But I'm leaving that middle section clear. Right, so next I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Molten Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Rose Gold. I've actually used this a lot on my channel. I think it's one of the best liquid eyeshadows I've ever used, and obviously it's from e.l.f. so it's super affordable. And I'm basically just going to take this and kind of apply it right in that centre bit of my eye. And then I'm going to use my finger to kind of tap it out and blend it out on my eye. And I really recommend using a liquid eyeshadow for prom because it's not going to budge on your eye. Obviously it's liquid, so it's going to cling to your eye more and your makeup's just going to last a lot longer. Then I'm actually going to go in with this. It's from Primark. This is their eyeshadow cream and this is in the shade Sunbeam. I'm just going to go in with my finger and just start taking that on top. This is just like another creamy eyeshadow. You can get these from anywhere. So many brands sell things like this. So personally I think that looks super nice, but if you want to amp it up even more, you could take a shimmery eyeshadow. So I'm going to be taking this e.l.f. Need It Nude palette, so these are a lot more like shimmery shades. I'm going to take this champagne-y kind of colour and this pink shade mixed together. I think I've done this before on my channel actually. It's just like the best way to like make your eye look super shimmery. I'm just going to place that on top of that cream and liquid eyeshadow. Then going back in with those colours I used first. I'm just making sure it's nicely built up so it all kind of merges together. Right, once I'm happy with that, I'm then going to go in with my e.l.f. black cream eyeliner. Wow, I'm using so much e.l.f. And I'm going to take this on my Sigma E65 small angle brush, and I'm just going to kind of like line my lash line just so my lashes have something to sit on. I'm going to take it as close to the lashes as possible. The beauty with this look is you don't have to wear fake eyelashes with this. It would look so stunning with just your natural lashes. Obviously I'm a bit extra, so I'm going to apply fake eyelashes. So if you are applying fake eyelashes, I do recommend this step, but if you're just doing mascara by itself, you don't need to do this step. And then just going to go in with some eyelash colours. Then I'm going to take my Soap & Glory Thick and Fast mascara, and I'm just going to coat my lashes. See, I think that looks so nice with just natural lashes. But for me, as I say, I am going to be applying fake eyelashes, so I'm going to be taking the Suzanne Jackson lashes in the style Kylie, and I'm going to be taking my Duo Brush On Lash Adhesive to do this. I'm going to go do this off camera as usual because it does take me a while, but I do have a video on how I apply fake eyelashes, so I'll leave that on the screen if you're interested. But I'll just go and apply these and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes are on. Now I'm going to move on to my face. So I'm firstly going to be taking my e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. I'm using so much e.l.f. This isn't sponsored by e.l.f. Oh my god, imagine if it was though. But e.l.f. is so affordable and I love e.l.f. as a brand. Anyway, I really recommend this primer because it will make your makeup last really nicely. So I like to take this in all the areas where I get oily or where I have pores or fine lines, and it just really smooths out your skin and makes your makeup last really, really long. I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal True Match foundation as it's like the only one that I have right now. I think this is going to be a bit too pale though, as I have had a few sunbeds, but we'll have a look. So I'm just going to take this with my Makeup Revolution sponge. What I do recommend for prom is kind of doing a trial run of your makeup and then using like flash photography and stuff just to make sure that the product you're using doesn't have flashback. Now what flashback is when you take flash photography and your face looks whiter than it should, if that makes sense. And obviously if you're going to prom, you're going to be taking a lot of pictures, I imagine, so you want to make sure that your foundation or your powder or your concealer or whatever you're using doesn't have flashback. So most foundations or powders that have SPF in it will have flashback, so I would steer clear of those kind of products. Also would steer clear of like a moisturiser that has SPF in it underneath your foundation, but even powders and foundations that don't have SPF in it can still give you flashback, so just make sure you do like a trial run just to make sure you're happy. This L'Oreal True Match foundation is such a nice foundation because it's super buildable. Now this is a bit too pale for me, so I am going to be adding some of my Rimmel Lasting Finish foundation. I've literally completely run out of foundation. I really need to like get my act together and buy some more. If you have any foundations that you're obsessed with, can you please leave them down below, because I'd love to hear what you guys like, because I'd really like to try out some new ones. I forget how much I like this foundation. This is so nice. So for concealer, I'm going to be taking my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is in the shade C1. This is literally the exact same as the Tarte Shade Tape Concealer, so I really recommend this, and this is super full coverage as well, which is why it would be great for prom if you really want a full coverage look. One thing though is it does run out super quickly. Like as you can see, this has run out a bit and I haven't even had this that long. Then going back in with my sponge, just blending that all out. To set that all in place, I'm going to be taking my RCMA No Colour Powder. This is one of my favourite loose powders ever. This is super affordable as well. I think it's about £10 from Beauty Bay. And I know for a fact this doesn't have flashback, so I know it would be great for prom. So I'm just going to take that underneath where I put that concealer. Also going to take it on my nose as well because makeup comes off my nose super easily. So then I'm just going to take a liquid highlighter. This is the Makeup Revolution liquid highlighter in the shade Liquid Starlight. This is literally the same as the iconic London liquid illuminator. It's super pigmented and a really nice base for your powder highlight. So if you want to be super glowy at prom, I really recommend using this or the iconic drops as well, because it will just make you look so glowy, and it's also such a nice base for your powder highlight, and it will photograph so beautifully as well. So I'm just dabbing that in with my finger. I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I do recommend setting your face for prom just so your makeup will last a lot longer. And if you don't, definitely use a makeup setting spray just to make sure it lasts. I'm just going to run through my brows with my L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. And this just makes them look super natural and like 3D looking. And of course we'll set them in place so they don't move. Right, then I'm going to use some bronzer. So I'm going to be taking my favourite e.l.f. blush and bronze little duo thing. And this is one of my favourite bronzers ever. It just looks so flawless. And this also photographs really nicely as well. So I do recommend this. Again, it's e.l.f. e.l.f. is just such a good brand. Like, I don't think it's hyped up enough. Like, I just think it's so good. So I'm firstly just taking this around my forehead just to bronze that up. And taking some on my cheekbones. And if you like that, you can just leave it there. I personally like more of a sharp contour, so I'm going to be taking my NYX Highlights and Contour Pro palette. Just going to take this shade here, and I'm just going to really sharpen up that contour. And then just add a tiny bit around my forehead as well, just so it all merges. I'm just going to take some of this banana shade as well. I'm just going to take that underneath, and that will really sharpen it up. I'm just going to take some of this under my eyes as well. I think I'm just going to go underneath my eyes. Going to firstly go in with that pink shade I started off with. And just take that under my eye and kind of join it up at the edge. Then going to go in with some of that darker shade I used. And I'm going to take this more on the outer bit of my under eye. I'm not taking too much of this colour. Then going in with that other palette, I'm going to be taking the lighter kind of shimmery shade, and I'm going to use this in my inner corners. And then I'm also going to take this shade on my brow bones as well. Just going to apply some mascara just to make sure that's all merged. And then I'm going to take this nude eyeliner. This is the Rimmel Scandalized Nude Eyeliner. I'm just going to take this in my waterline just to really open up my eyes. Or you could use a white kind of colour as well. But obviously the nude goes really nicely with the eyeshadow. Right, for my blush, I'm going to be taking this Makeup Revolution blush palette in the shade Blush Queen. I love these blushes, especially for like special events, just because they're super shimmery and just super girly. So I think I'm just going to take this shade right here. I'm just going to take that on my cheeks. And blush will just give your skin that really healthy look, which I think is perfect for prom. And then for my highlights, I'm actually going to be taking my Boohoo highlight palette. I'm obsessed with this. I have no idea why. I just think it's so nice. And I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It's kind of like a champagne-y shade. I just love this highlight. Like, I think it's so nice. It's one of the best highlights I've ever used. I would never have thought it'd be from Boohoo. I'm going to take a bit of this on my brow bones as well, just so it all kind of merges in nicely. And my inner corners as well. I'm also going to take some of this down my nose. Last but not least, I'm going to be taking my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Setting spray is so important, especially for prom, just to make sure your makeup lasts super well. Oh my gosh, I need to do lips. For my lips, I'm going to be taking my NYX Retractable Lip Liner in the shade Nude. And then I'm going to be taking this L'Oreal Matte Lip Paint in the shade Off-White. This is like the perfect nude. And then I just feel like a gloss is really appropriate for prom. So I'm going to be taking this L'Oreal Dazzle Lip Gloss in the shade Disco Ball. And then of course I'm just going to take some lower lash mascara. So guys, this is basically the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope some of you guys find this super useful for prom or any other event you have. I think it's like the perfect kind of natural but glam look. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It'll mean so much to me. Leave me any video requests down below, as I love to hear from you guys. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of the day, and I will see you in my next video.